Number 1. The 1959 Ford F600, listed for just $3,500 and located in Liberty, Indiana. Kicking things off, we have a seriously rare and heavy-duty classic that almost never comes up in this kind of package. A 1959 Ford F600 that still runs and drives and comes with an impressive amount of work already done. Power comes from a legendary 292Y block V8, paired with a Borg-Warner T98 4-speed manual transmission and a Timken F106 and rear end with a 6.80 gear ratio, making this truck a true old-school workhorse. It's equipped with dump bed featuring a steel floor and wooden sides, and the tires are in excellent shape at about 90% or better, with the two front tires having less than 400 miles on them. Mechanically, a lot of the hard work has already been handled. New kingpins, bushing, and tie rod ends, a full ignition refresh with new plugs, wires, coil, points, condenser, and rotor, and the engine is reported to run very strong. The brake system has also seen major updates with new brake pads, wheel cylinders, master cylinder, and brake lines. The brake booster has already been rebuilt but just hasn't been reinstalled yet. So the main brakes are currently inoperative, although the emergency brake works great. Inside the cab, you'll find a reconditioned heater, a working wiper motor, a newly upholstered bench seat, and fresh door and window handles. While the current cab is in rough condition, this sale includes a huge bonus: a complete replacement cab setup with another cab, hood, fenders, inner fenders, and grille, sourced from a California truck and shipped in specifically to finish the restoration. The replacement cab is solid, with the only notable blemish being a bullet hole in the lower driver's door, adding a bit of gritty character and history. Side glass and wing windows are intact. It has the larger rear window, and several extra cab parts are included as well. Everything is being sold as one complete package. Nothing will be separated, and it comes with a clear title. For $3,500 for everything, this is a rare opportunity for a collector or builder looking for a classic heavy-duty dump truck project with strong mechanical bones and massive potential. Number 2. The 1990 Ford F-150 XLT, listed at $5,000 and located in Mona, Utah. Up next is a classic square body Ford that still knows how to do truck things the right way. A 1990 Ford F-150 XLT Lariat 4x4 with just 85,000 miles showing on the odometer. This is one of those trucks that immediately feels honest the moment you drive it, because according to the seller, it cruises down the freeway like a champ, smooth and confident, exactly how these old F-Series trucks were built to run. Under the hood sits the dependable 5.0-liter 302 V8, a motor with a legendary reputation for durability, and in this case, it's described as running strong and smooth. Power is sent through an automatic transmission that was rebuilt about 10,000 miles ago, which is a huge plus and takes a major expense off the table for the next owner. This truck is also a true 4x4, equipped with automatic locking hubs, making a solid choice whether you're dealing with snow, dirt roads, or weekend trail use. Visually, it holds its own too. The paint still looks good for its age, and while it's not a flawless show truck, it definitely turns heads and gets attention wherever it goes, especially from people who appreciate old-school Ford pickups. Of course, it's not perfect, and the seller is upfront about that. There are some cosmetic flaws inside and out, and at some point a previous owner bumped something on the passenger side front corner. So there's visible damage there. The cruise control doesn't work, and the air conditioning is currently not functioning, which may or may not matter depending on how you plan to use it. But step back and look at the bigger picture. This is a running, driving, strong-running 1990 F-150 XLT Lariat 4x4 with low miles for its age, a rebuilt transmission, good paint, and solid road manners, offer at a very approachable $5,000. For someone looking for a classic Ford pickup they can actually drive, enjoy, and improve over time, this one checks a lot of boxes. The seller is open to offers, so if you've been hunting for a budget-friendly square body Ford with real capability and character, this might be the one worth chasing. Number 3. The 1996 Ford F-250 regular cab, listed for $10,700 and located in Tolleson, Arizona. Next up is a serious workhorse from the golden era of diesel trucks, a 1996 Ford F-250 OBS powered by the legendary 7.3-liter Power-Stroke turbo diesel and equipped with 4x4, a combination that has earned a reputation for toughness all over the country. This truck shows 380,000 original miles, and while that number might scare some people, anyone who knows these engines understands that mileage like this is more a badge of honor than a warning sign. The seller owns 2 OBS trucks and admits they love them, but this one is being let go simply to free up money and try something new, not because it's worn out or unreliable. Mechanically, the truck is described as strong, with plenty of work already done over the years, and it's still doing what these trucks were built to do: run, pull, and keep going. Underneath the hood, the 7.3 Power-Stroke is known for its longevity, simple electronics compared to newer diesels, and the kind of torque that makes it ideal for towing, hauling, or just daily driving with confidence. Of course, it's not perfect, and the seller is honest about the downsides. Like many 7.3s, it leaks some oil, which is almost expected at this age and mileage. Cosmetically, it's rough around the edges, with ugly window tint, stickers, faded paint, and bodywork needs. So this is not a truck you buy for looks right out of the gate. But that also means you're not afraid to use it, park it, or slowly build it into something better over time. The key point here is that the only real issues are cosmetic, not mechanical, which is exactly what most buyers want when shopping for an older diesel. The truck is priced at $10,700 OBO, and the seller is open to offers, even mentioning a possible trade for a 6.0 or 6.7 Power-Stroke, depending on what you've got. If you're looking for an honest OBS diesel, one you can drive, work, modify, or repaint without guilt, this 1996 F-250 delivers classic Power-Stroke reliability, real 4x4 capability, and that unmistakable old-school Ford diesel character that keeps these trucks in demand year after year. Number 4. The 1989 Dodge Ram D100, listed for $17,500 and located in Hiawassee, Georgia. This is a standout example of a late 80s Dodge pickup that has clearly been cared for and brought back to near-new condition, making it a rare find in today's classic truck market. This 1989 Dodge Ram D100 has been fully restored and features fresh paint that gives the truck a clean, sharp presence from every angle. The body is described as pristine with absolutely no rust, which alone sets it apart, especially for a truck of this era. Under the hood sits the original 318 cubic inch V8, a proven and reliable Mopar engine known for its durability, smooth power delivery, and classic V8 sound. Paired with an automatic transmission, this D100 is built for comfortable cruising and easy driving, whether around town or on longer highway trips. With just 66,000 original miles, this truck has relatively low mileage for its age, adding to its appeal for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Inside, the truck continues to impress with a like-new interior, showing careful restoration work that brings back the original look and feel while maintaining comfort and cleanliness. The truck is equipped with working air conditioning and heat, a big plus for anyone who actually plans to drive and enjoy it year-round. In the bed, a new spray-on bed liner has been added, protecting the metal while keeping the truck useful without taking away from its classic appearance. Everything about this Ram D100 suggests it was restored with attention to detail, not cut corners, and intended to be a high-quality example rather than just a quick flip. Trucks like this are becoming increasingly difficult to find, especially ones that are rust-free, largely original, and fully refreshed both inside and out. Located in Hiawassee, Georgia, this Dodge represents a great opportunity for someone looking for a classic pickup that's already done right, needs nothing, and can be enjoyed immediately. At $17,500, it's positioned as a premium example of the late 80s Dodge truck, ideal for a collector, weekend cruiser, or anyone who wants a classic V8 pickup that looks, feels, and drives like new. Number 5. The 1970 Ford F-150 short bed, listed for $18,500 and located in Dracut, Massachusetts. Here we have a classic Ford pickup that blends vintage style with smart modern upgrades, a 1970 Ford F-150 short bed that may show 330,000 miles on the odometer, but clearly proves that mileage alone doesn't define a truck's condition. This F-150 is described as very solid, and more importantly, it runs and drives excellent, which is exactly what you want to hear when looking at a classic you can actually enjoy instead of constantly wrench on. Under the hood sits a 302 V8, upgraded with Holley fuel injection, giving this old-school Ford much better cold starts, smoother drivability, and improved reliability compared to a traditional carburetor setup. Power is sent through a C4 automatic transmission, a tried-and-true combo that's easy to maintain and well-suited for cruising or daily use. One of the biggest highlights of this truck is the Crown Victoria front-end swap, a very popular modification that dramatically improves ride quality, steering feel, and overall handling. With power steering and front disc brakes, this F-150 drives far more like a modern truck while still keeping its classic 1970s character. That makes it a great option for someone who wants a vintage pickup they can confidently drive on today's roads, whether it's around town, to car shows, or on longer weekend trips. The short bed body gives a clean, aggressive stance that many collectors and enthusiasts prefer, and being located in Dracut, Massachusetts, this truck stands out as a well-sorted build rather than a neglected project. It's not presented as a trailer queen, but as a solid, usable classic that's already had the right upgrades done. Fuel injection, modern suspension geometry, and better brakes, saving the next owner a huge amount of time and money. Priced at $18,500, this 1970 Ford F-150 short bed is aimed at buyers who appreciate a classic truck that looks right, drives right, and is ready to be enjoyed immediately, not one that needs years of work before it earns its spot on the road. Number 6. The 1972 Chevy C30 Truck, listed at $4,000 and located in Los Angeles, California. This is a solid opportunity to pick up a classic heavy-duty Chevrolet work truck from the early 1970s, a period when these C30s were built tough with thick steel, simple mechanics, and serious hauling capability. This 1972 Chevy C30 is being offered as a running truck, and according to the seller, it does run good, which is an important starting point for any classic project or work truck revival. The C30 platform is known for its stronger frame, heavier suspension components, and overall durability compared to lighter half-ton pickups, making it a favorite for flatbeds, tow rigs, shop trucks, or vintage-style work builds. The main issue to be aware of is a cracked engine block at the starter mounting area, which is clearly disclosed by the seller. This is a mechanical problem that will need to be addressed, either through engine repair, block replacement, or an engine swap, depending on the buyer's plans and budget. For many enthusiasts, this actually opens the door to upgrades, whether that's sourcing a period-correct big block, installing a more modern crate motor, or building a torque-heavy setup designed for work or cruising. Aside from this known issue, the truck presents itself as a strong foundation, especially considering its $4,000 OBO asking price, which reflects the mechanical condition and leaves room for repair costs. Being located in Los Angeles, California, it benefits from a climate that is generally easier on classic trucks, often meaning less rust compared to vehicles from harsher regions, though buyers should always inspect in person. This C30 would appeal to someone looking for a project truck with character, a shop truck candidate, or a classic Chevy platform that can be built exactly the way they want without paying fully restored prices up front. The seller is also open to communication in Spanish, noted by Hablo Español, which can be helpful for local buyers. Overall, this 1972 Chevy C30 represents a straightforward, honest listing, a running classic truck with a clear mechanical flaw, priced accordingly, and ready for the right owner to either fix, upgrade, or transform into a dependable vintage hauler with serious presence on the road. Number 7. The 1971 Ford F-100, listed at $7,000 and located in Headland, Alabama. This classic 1971 Ford F-100 represents a solid slice of early 70s Ford truck history, blending vintage style with honest drivability. Showing 86,000 miles and paired with an automatic transmission, this truck is powered by a 302 V8 backed by a 3-speed setup with 3.25 rear gears, making a comfortable cruiser that still delivers that old-school V8 feel. One standout feature is a factory air conditioning, a desirable option that adds real usability, especially in warmer climates. Finished in a sharp boxwood green and white color combination, it carries the unmistakable look of a classic Ford pickup from this era. According to the seller, the truck runs and drives well and has already received some recent mechanical attention, including a newer dual exhaust system, a fresh tune-up, a new battery, and a rebuilt original carburetor, helping keep it reliable for regular use. This makes it a great candidate for someone who wants a truck they can enjoy right away while improving it over time. The truck is described as an excellent choice to either restore fully or drive as is, depending on your goals. While the exterior trim was removed previously, all of the trim pieces are included with the sale, giving the next owner the option to reinstall everything and return the truck to a more original appearance. Inside, the truck really shines. The interior is in fantastic shape, with no tears in the seat, and the headliner and original vinyl floor are still in very nice condition, something that's becoming increasingly rare on trucks of this age. An aftermarket Pioneer radio was previously installed but removed due to not working. However, the wiring is still there, making it easy to add a modern Bluetooth head unit if desired. As with most honest classics, it does need some TLC and has a little rust, primarily in the bed floor, which has been covered with metal. Importantly, the seller notes that the cab mounts, rockers, cab corners, and roof are all excellent, suggesting the structural areas are solid and well worth saving. Located in Headland, Alabama, and offered with no trades, this 1971 Ford F-100 is a straightforward, well-described classic pickup, one that offers strong bones, great interior condition, and plenty of potential for the next owner to make it exactly what they want. Number 8. The 1987 Dodge D150 regular cab long bed, listed at $8,900 and located in Denver, North Carolina. This 1987 Dodge D150 LE150 long bed is a clean, well-presented example of a classic late 80s American pickup, offered in very nice condition and showing just 40,169 miles on the odometer. It's a 2WD regular cab long bed powered by Dodge's dependable 318 cubic inch, 5.2-liter V8, paired with an automatic transmission, a simple, proven drivetrain that made these trucks popular as everyday workhorses and weekend cruisers alike. What immediately stands out here is the overall presentation. The seller describes his D150 as being in very nice condition, and it's supported by a clean auto check report and its history as a Carolina truck, which often suggests a more favorable climate and less exposure to harsh winter road conditions. for collectors and classic truck fans. That regional history can make a real difference when it comes to long-term ownership and preservation. This truck comes well equipped for its era, especially for an LE trim D150. Features include air conditioning, power windows, and a comfortable interior that reflects Dodge's push in the late 1980s to make their pickups more refined without losing their rugged identity. The long bed configuration adds practicality. Whether you plan to use it as a light hauler, a weekend hardware store truck, or simply enjoy it as a clean classic with presence and utility. Under the hood, the 318 V8 is known for its smooth operation and long-term reliability. It's not an overcomplicated engine, which makes it appealing for owners who prefer straightforward maintenance and easy parts availability. Combined with the automatic transmission, this D150 is set up to be an easy truck to live with, comfortable on the road, relaxed at cruising speeds, and well-suited for casual driving or light-duty use. This particular truck is being offered by a dealer, Prime Automotive LLC, located at 1656 North Carolina Highway 16, business in Denver, North Carolina. The dealership is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 9 to 3, and they invite interested buyers to call, stop by, or send a message with any questions. Additional information can also be found through their official website. Overall, this 1987 Dodge D150 regular cab long bed presents a strong opportunity for anyone looking for a clean, largely original style classic pickup with low miles, desirable options, and a solid reputation. Whether you're adding it to a collection, looking for a vintage truck that's still comfortable to drive, or simply want a well-kept example of Dodge's late ADS lineup, this one checks a lot of important boxes and does so at a price point that keeps it accessible. Number 9. The 1966 Ford F-100, priced at $22,500 and located in Marietta, Georgia. This 1966 Ford F-100 is a classic pickup that's been fully reimagined for modern performance, while still holding on to the timeless style that made these trucks legends in the first place. With 133,345 miles showing and an extensive list of upgrades, this is not a stock restoration. It's a carefully built Restomod designed to drive hard, stop confidently, and stand out anywhere it goes. At the heart of this truck is a built 4.6-liter V8 cammed and breathing through 1996 Thunderbird heads, paired with an overdrive automatic transmission. The result is a drivetrain that delivers strong, responsive power while remaining comfortable and usable on today's roads. The truck was professionally tuned by Moe's Speed Shop in Dallas, Georgia, giving confidence that the setup isn't just about parts on paper, but real-world performance and reliability. According to the seller, this truck runs out killer, and it's built to be driven, not just parked. Underneath, the truck benefits from a Crown Victoria front suspension swap, a popular and proven upgrade in the classic truck world. This brings modern geometry, improved ride quality, and vastly better handling compared to the original setup. Steering is upgraded to power steering, making low-speed maneuvering easy and highway cruising relaxed. Stopping power has also been fully modernized with four-wheel power disc brakes, a major improvement in both safety and confidence over factory brakes from the 1960s. Inside, the transformation continues. The truck features a new interior, giving the cabin a clean, refreshed look while still fitting the character of a classic F-100. A digital gauge cluster replaces the original instrumentation, providing clear, modern readouts while adding a subtle custom touch. New glass has been installed all around, improving visibility and giving the truck a fresh, tight feel. This isn't a tired old pickup. It feels updated, intentional, and well thought out. From the outside, the truck sits just right on new wheels wrapped in fresh rubber, filling out the body lines and giving a confident stance. The combination of classic 1966 styling with modern suspension, brakes, and drivetrain makes this F-100 equally a home at a car show, a weekend cruise, or even a longer road trip. It has the soul of a vintage Ford, but the manners of a much newer vehicle. Offered at $22,500 OBO and located in Marietta, Georgia, This truck represents a solid value for someone looking to skip the years of fabrication, tuning, and sorting that a build like this usually requires. The hard work has already been done. Engine, suspension, brakes, interior, and tuning, all brought together into one cohesive package. Overall, this 1966 Ford F-100 is a strong example of how a classic truck can be modernized without losing its identity. It delivers classic looks, modern performance, and real drivability in one well-built package. For the right buyer, this isn't just a vintage pickup. It's a finished machine ready to be enjoyed from day one. Number 10. The 1977 GMC Sierra, listed at $24,500 and located in Henderson, Nevada. This 1977 GMC C-Series pickup is a standout example of classic American truck design from the late 1970s, offered by Collector's Dream Cars Las Vegas LLC. Showing just 13,800 miles, this truck represents a rare opportunity to own a well-preserved piece of GMC history, one that blends vintage styling, mechanical simplicity, and genuine four-wheel drive capability. Under the hood sits a small block V8, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission, delivering a direct, analog driving experience that many enthusiasts feel is missing from modern trucks. Power is sent through a 4-wheel drive system with manual locking front hubs, giving the Sierra real off-road credibility, while still being perfectly at home cruising city streets or rolling into a weekend car show. This is the kind of drivetrain that helped define the reputation of GMC trucks as tough, dependable, and built to work. Visually, the truck makes an immediate impression. The two-tone red and white exterior is classic, bold, and unmistakably 1970s, while the matching red interior adds to the period-correct charm. It's a color combination that turns heads without trying too hard. Whether the truck is parked at a local meet, driving down the strip, or simply pulling into the grocery store, there's a confidence to this design. Simple lines, solid proportions, and a presence that feels timeless rather than dated. One interesting historical note with this generation of GMC trucks is that this body style marked GMC's first use of wind tunnels and computer-aided design. At the time, this represented a major step forward in how trucks were engineered, improving aerodynamics and overall efficiency, while still maintaining the rugged look and feel buyers expected. Because of that, this Sierra isn't just a classic pickup. It's also a milestone in automotive development and a reflection of how truck design was evolving in the 1970s. Collectors' dream cars emphasize the transparency and buyer confidence, especially for online shoppers. They understand that purchasing a classic vehicle remotely can raise questions about condition and details, which is why they're willing to FaceTime, Google Duo, or provide detailed video walkarounds of anything a buyer wants to see up close. That level of access helps bridge the gap between online listings and in-person inspections. This truck is being offered out of Henderson, Nevada, a region known for its dry climate, often a plus when it comes to long-term vehicle preservation. For those interested, Mike Cimino, the owner, is available for calls or texts to discuss the truck, answer questions, and provide additional information. Overall, this 1977 GMC Sierra checks a lot of boxes. Low mileage, desirable V8 power manual transmission, true four-wheel drive, striking factory-style colors, and real historical significance. Whether you're a collector looking for a conversation-starting centerpiece or an enthusiast who want a vintage truck that's as fun to drive as it is to look at, this GMC offers a compelling mix of style, substance, and story, making it much more than just another classic pickup. Number 11. The 1975 Chevrolet 2500, listed at $11,500 and located in Tucson, Arizona. This 1975 Chevrolet C20/2500 is a heavy-duty classic pickup that tells a very honest story. One of long-term ownership, careful maintenance, and real use, not a rush flip. Finished as a Cheyenne Silverado Camper Special, this truck represents the top-tier trim and capability Chevrolet offered in the mid-1970s, and it comes from the dry Arizona climate, making it rust-free, which is a huge plus for a truck of this era. With 127,541 miles on the odometer and an automatic transmission, this C 20 spent an incredible 12 years sitting in a garage, preserved rather than abandoned. Since being brought back to life, the seller has focused heavily on mechanical reliability, especially in the engine bay, replacing or refreshing most of the critical components to make this truck a dependable runner again. According to the owner, the truck runs great, and it shows in the list of recent work. Up front, the braking system has been addressed with a new brake master cylinder, while cooling has been upgraded with a new radiator and new water pump. The fuel system has also been refreshed with a new fuel pump, and induction duties are now handled by a new Edelbrock AVS 2750 CFM 4-barrel carburetor. Even better, the original 4-barrel carbon intake are included, giving the next owner options depending on how original or performance-focused they want the truck to be. The exhaust system has been completely redone, featuring new exhaust manifolds and a true dual MagnaFlow exhaust exiting out the back. This setup not only improves flow, but gives the truck a proper classic V8 sound without being over the top. Power steering components have also been replaced, making this big-bodied Chevy much easier to handle both around town and on the highway. A new hitch setup has been added as well, staying true to the Camper Special's original purpose as a workhorse capable of towing and hauling. The air conditioning system has seen significant attention too. It has been fully replaced and converted to our 134A, meaning it's modernized and serviceable. While the system still works, the seller notes that the AIC compressor spool bearing is noisy, and the fix would be to replace the compressor itself, not the entire system, since the issue is internal. The cabin, meanwhile, remains largely untouched and original, which many enthusiasts will appreciate. Aside from the gear shift handle, the interior has not been modified, leaving a solid foundation for either preservation or future refresh as with any classic truck. There are a few honest downsides. The transmission is leaking fluid, something common on vintage automatics and worth addressing. One of the driver's side exhaust manifolds is loose, but the seller hasn't tightened it simply due to the heat involved, not because of any major damage. These are the kinds of issues that come with age, but they're clearly disclosed and manageable for someone comfortable with classic vehicles. Offered at $11,500, this 1975 Chevrolet C30 Camper Special is being sold reluctantly, as the owner notes they're forced to sell. Located in Tucson, Arizona, it benefits from a dry climate, a strong mechanical refresh, and the kind of originality that's becoming harder to find in 1970s heavy-duty trucks. Overall, this Chevy isn't a show truck. It's a solid, honest classic that runs well, sounds right, and still does what it's built to do. For someone looking for a rust-free, mechanically refreshed, vintage heavy-duty pickup with character and potential, this 1975 C20 stands out as a strong and realistic option. Number 12. The 1993 Ford F-150 regular cab long bed, listed for just $450 and located in Canton, Mississippi. This 1993 Ford F-150 regular cab long bed is being offered strictly as a parts truck or project base, and it's priced accordingly at just $450, making it one of the most affordable full-size pickups on the list. Showing 143,446 miles and equipped with an automatic transmission, this truck represents the classic early 1990s Ford work truck era. Simple, rugged, and widely supported when it comes to replacement parts and aftermarket availability. While the truck does not start or run, it still holds value for the right buyer, whether that's someone looking to source parts, build a budget project, or revive an old-school F-Series with time and mechanical know-how. The long bed configuration alone makes this truck appealing for parts, as these frames, beds, and panels are becoming harder to find straight and usable, especially at this price point. Even non-running, trucks like this often provide solid value in components, such as the axle assemblies, suspension parts, transmission core, interior pieces, glass, trim, and body panels, items that are increasingly sought after by enthusiasts restoring or maintaining other ninth-generation F-150s. For someone already owning a similar truck, this could be an ideal donor vehicle. Because the seller clearly states that it is for parts and does not turn on, expectations are straightforward. This is not a turnkey driver, and there's no mystery pitch here. It's an honest listing aimed at buyers who understand what they're getting. A complete truck with potential value far beyond its asking price if part out or rebuilt with effort. Located in Canton, Mississippi, it could also appeal to regional buyers looking to avoid high transport costs while picking up a cheap, full-size Ford platform to work with. At $450, this 1993 Ford F-150 long bed sits firmly in the opportunity category. Whether you're a mechanic looking for spares, a fabricator hunting for a long bed frame, or a Ford enthusiast considering a low-budget resurrection, this truck offers a starting point that doesn't break the bank. It's not pretty, it's not running, but for the right hands, it could still have plenty of life left in one form or another. Number 13, the 1959 International A120, listed at $5,000 and located in Willcox, Arizona. This 1959 International A124x4 is one of those rare, old-school trucks that instantly feels different from the moment you read the listing. Offer at $5,000 and showing 133,556 miles. This classic International represents a time when trucks were built heavy, simple, and purely for work. According to the seller, the truck runs great and starts right up, which is a big deal for a vehicle that's more than 6 decades old. Power is sent through an automatic transmission, paired with a true 4x4 drivetrain, making this A120 not just a display piece, but a usable vintage truck with real off-road credibility. International trucks from this era are becoming increasingly hard to find, especially ones that still run and drive, and even more so with factory four-wheel drive, which adds serious character and collector interest. Visually and mechanically, this truck carries that unmistakable late 1950s International Harvester personality. Thick steel, squared-off lines, and a stance that looks ready to work no matter where you park it. These A-Series trucks were known for being overbuilt compared to many of their competitors, and that reputation is exactly why so many of them survive hard labor on farms, ranches, and job sites across the Southwest. Being located in Willcox, Arizona, it's reasonable to assume the dry climate has helped preserve much of the truck over the years, which is often a major advantage when dealing with vehicles from this era. This is the kind of truck that turns heads not because it's shiny or perfect, but because it's authentic, uncommon, and undeniably tough. It's important to note that this truck is being sold with bill of sale only and no title, which will be a key consideration for any potential buyer. For some, that may limit road registration options depending on the state, while for others, such as off-road users, ranch owners, collectors, or builders, it may not be an issue at all. Trucks like this are often purchased as property vehicles, trail rigs, parade trucks, or long-term restoration projects where originality and presence matter more than paperwork. With the right buyer, this A120 could be left just as it is and enjoyed as a running survivor, or it could serve as an excellent foundation for a full vintage 4x4 restoration or period correct build. At $5,000, this 1959 International A120 sits in a very interesting space in the market. It's not a polished show truck, and it's not priced like one, but offers something far more rare: character, capability, and history. For someone looking to own a classic truck that stands apart from the sea of old Fords and Chevrolets, this International delivers a unique identity and a mechanical honesty that's hard to replicate. Whether you're drawn to its rugged design, its real 4x4 setup, or simply the appeal of owning a running piece of American work truck history, this A120 is the kind of machine that reminds you why vintage trucks still matter today.